Hey y'all, how you doing? Today is day 30 of my Seed a Day seed starting marathon, and today I'm doing some herbs. And I decided to use one of these little trays. I have 5 different varieties of herbs, and this has 6 rows. So what I'm going to do is fill up 5 of the rows and just do 6 plants of each. And since these seeds are so tiny, I'm probably just going to, well, not all of them are tiny. I have a couple of seed types that are tiny, and on those I'll just be sprinkling a little bit of seed on top. And on the other ones I'll probably be planting like 2 to 3 per cell. So, as always, the first thing I need to do is fill this up and make my tags. I guess I need that extra one. I don't know what I'm thinking. Some of the seed is more fresh than the other. So, like for instance, this bouquet dill is from 2022. I have some Ducat dill that's from 2021, and I don't necessarily need that many types of, like that many plants of each different type of dill. But because I know the germination rate has a tendency to go down, I'm just going to plant 6 cells worth of each of these things and hopefully at least get something. All right. I have my thing filled up. Oh, that little cell needs some more. Okay, I guess I'm going to start with this Ducat, D-U-K-A-T, dill. I don't know if you can see this teeny tiny little picture. So I'm going to start with the end that's furthest away from me and work toward myself. You want to put 2 to 3 little seeds per cell. Not an exact science. Some of them may get a few more, some of them may get a few less. These seeds are from 2021. All right, I have my first dill. Let's go with fernleaf dill next, and this was for 2023, so this is a little bit fresher. It'll be interesting to see all the different types of dill next to one another too, to see the difference in size and the difference in fern shape or the leaf shape. A lot of people direct sow these too. There are some things I'll direct sow, but there's several things that people direct sow that I just have better luck with starting them in a cell. A good example of that is like pumpkins and melons and sunflowers. I have too many critters that want to eat the seeds before they germinate. The next one we're going to do is the bouquet dill. I have 3 different types. And like I said, it'll be interesting to see what they look like. Poured out a little too many seeds in my hand on this one. I feel like I have more seeds of dill than I actually need, but also the seed is too old for me to donate in good conscience because I don't know if it's going to germinate. If it wasn't for the fact that it's older seeds, I would probably germinate or donate the rest of it. Okay, the next plant that I'm going to do is German chamomile. I do have a little bit of chamomile that's growing in a pot, and it keeps coming back. I did not start it in the pot. I had the pot sitting out in my landscape near some chamomile, and it self-seeded into that. And It didn't come back up in the garden area where I had it, but it keeps coming back up in that pot. But I would like to have some to put in different spots of my garden. This, I'm just going to take a pinch of seeds and surface sow it. And then whenever I plant it, I'll just plant the whole cell as one plant, even though there'll probably be more than one plant in each cell. I have a lot of this seed. I traded for it, and it was collected in 2025. I have a couple of bare spots that I might try to just direct sow some of this a little bit later whenever it looks like we're going to have 3 or 4 days of rain in a row. I might go ahead and try to just directly sow some of this in a couple of bare spots I have. I've got a couple slopes that have bare spots. The next thing is Roman chamomile. Now, Roman chamomile is a perennial and it's lower growing. This is the type of chamomile that a lot of people will use when they have a chamomile lawn, but it still does have medicinal properties. So you can look into that. This one is for anxiety relief, whereas the German chamomile is more for inflammation and something else that I can't remember right now because I'm having a brain fart. But you can look up the difference. But the Roman chamomile is the one you usually hear of when someone plants a chamomile lawn. This only gets like 8 to 12 inches tall or 8 to 10 inches tall, something like that. And it's perennial, so it comes back. I traded for these seeds, so I don't know how old these seeds are, but hopefully I get some plants. And once again, whenever I spread the seeds for my German chamomile, and some of the bare spots I have, I might go ahead and do the same with some of these. I won't spread all my seeds because I want to keep myself some in case they don't germinate. I don't want to, waste all my seeds and then have none of them come up. But I've got enough seed here that I could definitely spread some and see if nature can kind of germinate it for me. It's hard to get these ones off, so I'm just going to, I got most of them back in the bag. I'm just going to put the rest of these in these cells here. Alright, since those seeds are so tiny, we'll use some of my vermiculite. I'm going to look for more vermiculite at Walmart because that's where I got it last time. And if they don't have vermiculite, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and order it, I think. Actually, we do have a Freedom AG. I haven't looked there. I might go look there also. But if it's not at either of those two places, I'm just going to have to order some off the internet. And I would rather get it at a store because, honestly, I found the prices to be better at stores than they are on, like, Amazon or something, which isn't true of everything. Some things it is cheaper to get on Amazon or something like that. But whenever it comes to vermiculite and, honestly, soil, I've found it much cheaper just to go to one of your local places and get it if you can. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today on this Seed a Day Seed Starting Marathon. I'm getting down to the end of it here, and honestly, I didn't think I was going to last, but I have done it, and I'm very proud of myself. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye.